tell you that the Air Force is like the world is changing all the time. So I might tell you something now, and tomorrow rule or regulation could change, and it'd be like totally different. But first, you're gonna start off by you got to talk to a recruiter. There's no way around that. From there, recruiter's gonna see if you're qualified for it, and like literally, they're gonna give you like a stack of paper like that. They're gonna want to know everything about you from the time you were born up to the time that you're talking to them. But they're gonna make you take the ASVAB, and then they're gonna give you like a small little pre-screen, which is like your age, are you a U.S. citizen, do you have kids, and if so, are you a single parent, small stuff like that, and then you have to go and fill out all that paperwork and bring it back to them. More than likely, you're gonna have something wrong. Like the qualification part is like the longest part of getting into the military, because you can get all your paperwork stuff done and go to MEBS and do all that stuff, and then you'll be waiting on your job for, I've seen people waiting to get a job for like 2 years sometimes. But after you get all your paperwork done, they're going to see you to MEBS where you're going to see doctors and stuff. They're going to make sure that your body's right and stuff, take blood work, all that stuff, see your vision, hearing, and then you come back. You probably go back to MEBS, you go back home, you go back to MEBS, talk to a recruiter, go back to MEBS, go home. It's a long process. But once all that's done, you'll go to MEBS for the final time, you swear in, and then they'll put you on a plane or a bus to go to Lackland Air Force Base. Once you're at Lackland Air Force Base, you're basically in basic training, which there you'll arrive on bus, you'll come in, they'll sit you down, they'll get all your paperwork from you, and then they'll send you off to your flight, or also your flight or your dorm, and you'll meet your MTI. Basically, the flight and the dorm, the chow hall, and PT is basically just your life period. Your flight is gonna be everything to you. They're gonna be your brothers. They're gonna stick with you through everything. Or for female, they'll be your sister. You stick through everything. Everything goes on. You guys go through it. Your family. But basically, like the dorm is home. You're at work 24 hours. The dorm, everything that you do in basic training is just hell. Every part of it. You have to clean your dorm. You have to make your bed a certain way. You have to hang your clothes up. You have to roll your shirt, fold your socks, underwear, all that stuff. Like they grade you on rolling shirts, something as simple as that. Like when you roll, you fold it and then you roll it, and it's like a little spiral. They expect you to have that spiral like as if a machine rolled it, and it's a perfect line. And if not, they're gonna get up and they're gonna yell in your face and stuff. And that's pretty funny seeing people get yelled at and stuff, but at the same time, if you laugh, you're gonna get yelled at. Like I forgot to tell y'all from the first day I was actually in the Air Force myself. So a personal experience of mine was the first night that we got there, they made us shave, and a guy went in the bathroom and was shaving, and he had no shaving cream, or he just had like a razor and water, and he was just going, and then he came out and he had a cut on his nose, like where he actually cut his nose right here, like the whole part of it in half. He was bleeding everywhere, and it's like 3 MTIs were in his face yelling the whole time. And then because he did that, he made all of us do like push-ups and flutter kicks, squat thrusts and stuff. So we got in trouble for him, and that's basically what's gonna happen. Yeah, throughout the whole time you're in basic training, you get in trouble for somebody else messing up, or they'll get in trouble on their own, but more than likely you're gonna get in trouble with them. But the chow hall, the chow food is everything. You only get 3 meals a day. When you go in there, you get 5 minutes to eat. And that's like on a day that your MTI is in a good mood. Like he went out and had a good time last night or something. You come in, you get your food, you're like shoulder to shoulder the whole time. You get your drinks and then you go sit down. One thing I'll tell you for sure, if you do go in the military or in the Air Force, if you stand up with food in your mouth, they will completely wreck your world. Because there's a table, they call it the snake pit, at the end of the chow hall. And it's like almost every MTI is just, they're there to eat or they're just hanging out. and they will all just either call you up there or they'll all just come surround you, and they're just going in, and you have to be on top of like everything. You have to have like these little cards. They're for like they're called can't think of the name right now, but they're basically these little sheets. They got your name, your flight, your dorm, your MTI, and all that on there. And they'll like take one of those from you. They're 341s. They'll take those from you, and they'll write down what happened or whatever, and they'll get back to you MTI. And later on, he's gonna rake your wheel too. So you're just going through it all day long. And then your PT and stuff. I mean, it's just like exercise and stuff. And you gotta pass a certain run time, do a certain amount of push-ups and a certain amount of push-ups to pass basic training. But I mean, that's not really hard, but then again, for some people it is hard. I had a guy that was in my flight, he couldn't even do one push-up. Not one at all. He could, like, his legs would be on the ground and he'd be up like back bent like that. And that's it. Be crying and everything because they're yelling at him. But after that, I mean, that's basically everything, but I mean, there's like fun parts to it, but also like parts that like, you also, I'm pretty sure a lot of you wouldn't consider to be fun. Like this is the gas chamber where they teach you about putting on your gas mask and stuff, wearing your suit, where if like somebody were to bomb us with like chemical warfare and stuff. So basically this is a gas chamber. They all bring you in there, they line you up, and you have your mask on. They bring 2 up at a time, and the guy tells you, take off your mask, you have to take 2 deep breaths, and then you have to stand there, and then you slowly walk out. But when that stuff hits you, you're going to be crying, drooling, I mean, you're going to be freaking out, it's going to be burning. You're going to try to run out, but they're going to close the door on you. So you're holding up everybody else, making everybody else nervous. And then also the guy beside you, he's got to suffer longer than you now too. So I mean, that's just like, to me it was fun. I don't know, I just like, so plus you got to learn about EOD, ordnance, stuff like that. Then you have the obstacle course. I mean, that's like one of the things that you see in like movies and stuff all the time, little obstacle course. Pretty much everybody knows about that. Then you have CADM, which is you just learn about the M16, and you get to shoot it and stuff. You get to see if you qualify for marksman and stuff like that. That wasn't really too special, but you have what they call Beast Week. Is basically they simulate a temporary deployment, and while you're out here, I'd say this could be a fun time, and it could also be the worst week ever of your life. I'd say fun because you're not with your MTI anymore. They give you a lot of freedoms back, kind of like you get to wander around doing your own things sometimes. You get to eat a little bit more, you get to hang out with people. But at the same time, during the day, you're doing trainings, you're on fog walks all the time. You walk through the woods with all this gear on. All this gear is probably like 30 or 40 pounds. And the whole time, you're just walking with it on and stuff. The whole day, you're standing around doing certain exercise and stuff with it on. But, I mean, that's basically it about basic training. It's 8.5 weeks long. Just some of the worst. I'd say it's the worst time. It's also the best time of your life. When you look back on it, there's a lot of great memories. But after it's all said and done, it's basically graduation day. All your family comes out, you get the march and stuff. I also forgot to mention that marching is something that you do anywhere you go, you march, except for 2 different times. That would be to go to Beast and to go to CADM, because it's on a different side of the base that you train on. But I mean, your family comes out, it's an honorable moment and stuff. To me, it wasn't all that as glorious as what everybody makes it out to be, but it is a special moment. You have to look back and think that like you made it. Technically, you are an American Airman at that point, but you still have to go on to tech school where you learn your job and you have to pass all your tests in your class. And then if you have any special training after that, then you are officially in with your job. And it's like sealed. You can't get out unless you like do something crazy or it's just your time to get out. But that's basically how you become an American Airman.